Hello, everyone. It's Heather Cheeseman here. Today, we're going to be talking about how to plan your morning commute. So in the past several years, I've done a lot of commuting, whether it's for school or work, and I am also not a morning person. So I do have a lot of practice with strategies to make my morning stress-free and as time efficient as possible. So 76% of Americans commute every day. The commutes are about an hour, according to the latest census. If you look at this across the lifespan, that's 11,250 days alone just spent commuting. So the themes that they're correlating to a lot of commute time per day is decreased quality of sleep, your productivity could be impacted, and your quality of life and stressors in your daily routines as well. I encourage you to look at this link below to find out the average commute per state. I'm from Massachusetts. It's close to 30 minutes a day, there and back, so an hour total. It's very similar for Colorado, California, New York, and DC. The more rural you get, it seems to have the shorter commute times, according to that graphic. So our main learning objective today is that students will apply feed-forward executive function skills to their future morning commutes. And we'll do this through use of a template. So I did send a template out to everyone prior to this class. Feel free to pull it out now. And if you didn't get one, please let me know. So here's the template. Don't worry about reading it all now. We'll do it together and we'll start from the very bottom and work our way up. So our end goal here, I want to make the 9:30 ferry boat. That's the time I picked on the ferry boat schedule. And that will be what we fill in at the bottom of the template. And here's me enjoying my end goal later on. So we'll go down to the bottom of the template and write 9:30 as our time. Then I'll consider how early I want to get there. I think 15 minutes is reasonable. I don't want to miss the boat. And then I can consider, is there any pit stops along the way? So let's say I didn't get gas yet. Maybe I need a coffee, or if I was picking someone up. In my case, the ferry boat, you can't drive there directly. You need to go to a separate parking lot and take a shuttle over. So I'll add an extra 15 minutes to my morning to make sure I have time for that as well. And then commute. So according to Mr. GPS, it says I have about a 30-minute commute. Using the Waze app, which is really helpful, you can predict traffic. So let's say I'll look ahead to this Friday, and you can see the levels of traffic at that time of day. Where I live, it's always the highest bar of traffic this time of year. So I'll have to add on extra time to compensate for that. So what time should I leave the house? To figure out this answer, I'll have to consider a few things. Did I pack my bags the night before, or do I have some left to do in the morning? I personally like to leave my main items out, like my phone, my glasses, and keys, just because I'll always find myself re-scrambling to find them once I get into the car. And that's a good visual cue to have that they're there with you. Another trick I like to do before a super busy morning is if I get my coffee or tea the night before, and I'll ask for no ice, and that way it's not watered down, but you have it in the fridge ready to go for the morning. And that usually can save 20 to 30 minutes. So I got that all squared away the night before. And now that I figured all my activities out for the morning, I can decide what time I'll need to wake up to start all of this. So let's head back to our template. So all our activities are here, and we'll do some math. So at 9:30, if I subtract 15 minutes to get to and from the ferry boat, that will bring us to 9:15. I'll add my pit stop time for getting to and from the shuttle. Oops, 9 o'clock. And then my commute time, about 45 minutes, accounting for traffic that I will probably encounter. Leaves us to 8:15. I'm gonna set my goal to leave the house by 8:15. And then what time should I wake up? Knowing myself, I'm not a morning person. I'll give myself an hour and 15 minutes to make sure I can pack the car. My sister's coming along, so I'll account for all of that. So I will wake up at 7. And there we have it. And we made it to the boat on time. Thank goodness my sister and I added the extra 15 minutes that day because we did find that the parking lot was full and we had to go to another one. So if we didn't account for extra time, we would have been late to our vacation. So now it's your turn. I want you to consider a time in your life where you have to get somewhere on time, whether it's to work in the morning. Do you have to drop your kids off to school on the way to work? Maybe you have a trip coming up, or you would like to have a trip and can plan out a future flight using this template. But I would love for you to spend 5 minutes after this mini lecture to fill it out, get some practice with it, and then consider when you're going to use it this week. I would like you to try it out in real time and reflect on, does it make your stress level improve? Do you feel like you're rushing less? Are you having a smoother morning? Would you use it again? And I'd love to hear that feedback at the start of next lecture. So that is all. Thank you, and I hope everyone has a good day.